Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You know, in the world of real estate and just life in general, I've learned that your word is everything. And a big part of that is knowing how to keep a secret. Whether it's personal information, something a friend shared in confidence, or a sensitive business deal, that ability to hold on to a secret, that's huge. It builds trust, strengthens relationships, and honestly, it can even be a game changer in your career. So in this video, we're diving deep into the art of keeping secrets, sharing some practical tips and tricks that you can start using today. Let's get right into it. Alright, let's talk about why this even matters. We've all been in situations where someone spilled the beans, right? Told a secret that wasn't theirs to tell. How did that make you feel? Probably betrayed, maybe even angry. And that's exactly why keeping secrets is so important. It all boils down to trust. When someone confides in you, they're putting their faith in you to respect their privacy. Breaking that trust can have serious consequences. Think about it in the context of relationships, romantic relationships, friendships, even family dynamics. Imagine finding out your partner told their best friend about your personal struggles. Or, a friend shared something you told them in confidence. It hurts, right? That breach of trust can seriously damage, even destroy, a relationship. And it's not just personal relationships. This applies to professional settings too. Imagine you're working on a big project at your job, something confidential. You let something slip to a coworker, maybe thinking it's no big deal, and the information gets out. That can lead to lost opportunities, damaged reputations, even legal trouble in some cases. And let's be real, nobody wants to be known as the person who can't keep their mouth shut. So, before you even think about sharing something you were told in confidence, remember this. Keeping secrets is about more than just the information itself. It's about respecting the trust that someone has placed in you. It's about building strong, lasting relationships based on integrity and respect. And that, my friends, is priceless. Now, sometimes it's obvious when someone is sharing a secret. They lean in, lower their voice, maybe even give you that look. But other times it's not so clear-cut. Maybe you're having a casual conversation and they mention something personal. Or you overhear a snippet of a conversation that wasn't meant for you. Here's the key. When in doubt, assume it's confidential. It's always better to err on the side of caution. If you're unsure whether something is okay to share, just ask. A simple, "Hey, is this something that's confidential?" can save you a lot of trouble down the road. Think about it like this. You're protecting yourself and the person who shared the information. You're showing them that you respect their boundaries and that you're someone they can trust. And let's be real. Asking for clarification is a sign of maturity. It shows that you're not afraid to admit when you're not sure about something. Plus, it can actually strengthen your relationships. By being upfront and open about confidentiality, you're creating a safe space for open communication. And that's something we could all use a little more of, right? Now, there are times when keeping a secret can be tricky, even downright wrong. And I'm not talking about juicy gossip here. I'm talking about situations where someone's safety or well-being is at risk. Let's say a friend confides in you about struggling with self-harm or having thoughts of suicide. Or maybe you overhear someone talking about plans to hurt themselves or someone else. Those are situations where it's absolutely crucial to break confidentiality and seek help. Remember, your friend's safety is more important than keeping a secret. It can be a tough call to make, but it could be life-saving. Reach out to a trusted adult, a family member, a teacher, or a mental health professional. And here's the thing, sometimes even if the situation isn't life or death, it might still be necessary to break confidentiality. For example, if someone is being abused or neglected, or if they're involved in illegal activities that could put others at risk. These situations require careful judgment. It's important to weigh the potential harm of keeping the secret against the potential harm of breaking it. And if you're ever unsure, it's always best to err on the side of caution and seek professional guidance. Remember, your primary responsibility is to ensure the safety and well-being of those involved. Okay, let's be real, keeping a juicy secret can be tough. It's like having this little voice in your head saying, tell someone. But here's the thing, mastering your emotions is crucial when it comes to keeping secrets. Think about it. Have you ever blurted something out in the heat of the moment only to regret it later? Yeah, we've all been there. That's why it's so important to develop emotional control. One of the best ways to do this is to practice mindfulness. Pay attention to your emotions. When you feel that urge to spill the beans, take a step back. Take a few deep breaths. Remind yourself why it's important to keep this secret. Think about the potential consequences of sharing it. Would it hurt the person who confided in you? Would it damage their reputation? Would it jeopardize a relationship? Sometimes just acknowledging the urge to gossip can be enough to diffuse it. Other times you might need to remove yourself from the situation altogether. If you're feeling overwhelmed, excuse yourself and go for a walk, listen to some music, or call a friend to talk about something completely unrelated. Remember, you're in control of your actions and your words. Alright, now let's talk about a technique that I've found super helpful for keeping secrets, the mental lockbox. It's all about visualization. Picture a strong, secure lockbox in your mind. This is where you're going to store the secret. Imagine placing the secret inside the lockbox, closing it tightly, and locking it with an unbreakable key. Visualize the key disappearing into thin air. The secret is safe and sound inside your mental vault, inaccessible to anyone but you. This technique might sound a little out there, but trust me, it works. By creating this mental image, you're essentially training your brain to compartmentalize the information. You're telling your subconscious mind that this secret is off limits. And the more you practice this technique, the easier it becomes to resist the temptation to share. So next time you find yourself with a secret to keep, give the mental lockbox a try. So you're mastering your emotions, you've got your mental lockbox in place, but what about those situations where you're put on the spot? Maybe someone asks you a direct question about the secret, or they're fishing for information. This is where the art of the dodge comes in. You need to learn how to deflect those questions without outright lying or revealing the secret. One of the best ways to do this is to stay vague. Avoid giving specific details. For example, if someone asks you, "Did you hear about what happened with so-and-so?" You could say something like, "Oh, I heard something was going on, but I don't know the details." Another technique is to redirect the conversation. Change the subject to something completely unrelated. Or if you're feeling witty, you could try using humor to deflect the question. The key here is to be confident and assertive. Remember, you're not obligated to share information that you're not comfortable sharing. Chapter 7. The Ripple Effect. The Consequences of Breaking Trust. Alright, let's get real for a moment. Breaking a secret isn't like a parking ticket. It's not just a minor inconvenience. It can have serious, long-lasting consequences. Think about it this way. When you break someone's trust, you're not just betraying them. You're potentially setting off a ripple effect that can impact their other relationships, their reputation, even their career. Imagine someone confides in you about a personal struggle, something they're deeply ashamed of. You break their trust and tell someone else. That secret could spread like wildfire, leading to rumors, gossip, and judgment. The person who confided in you might feel humiliated, betrayed, and isolated. They might have trouble trusting anyone again, and in some cases, the consequences can be even more severe. Breaking a professional secret could lead to legal action, financial ruin, even job loss. So before you even think about sharing something you were told in confidence, take a moment to consider the potential consequences. Ask yourself, is it worth it? Chapter 8. Respect, the foundation of healthy relationships. You know, at the end of the day, keeping secrets comes down to one fundamental principle: respect. Respecting other people's privacy, their boundaries, and their right to share what they want, when they want. Think about it. When you respect someone's privacy, you're showing them that you value them as a person. You're saying, "I trust you, I care about you, and I'm going to honor your boundaries." And that's how you build strong, healthy relationships, by showing up as someone who is trustworthy, reliable, and respectful. And here's the amazing thing about respect. It's a two-way street. When you treat others with respect, they're more likely to treat you with respect in return. It creates a positive feedback loop that strengthens your relationships and makes you a better friend, partner, and colleague. Chapter 9. When the weight is too heavy, seeking support. Now I've got to be real with you. Sometimes keeping a secret can feel like carrying a heavy weight on your shoulders. It can be emotionally draining, stressful, even overwhelming. And if you're struggling to cope with the weight of a secret, it's important to seek support. Talk to someone you trust, a family member, a friend, a therapist, or a counselor. Remember, you don't have to go through this alone. Sharing your burden with someone you trust can lighten the load and help you gain perspective. And here's the thing, sometimes just talking about it out loud can make a world of difference. It can help you process your emotions, gain clarity, and find healthy ways to cope. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, don't hesitate to reach out for support. There are people who care about you and want to help. Outro: mastering secrets, mastering yourself. Alright, so those are some tips on how to keep secrets to yourself and why it's so important to do so. Trust, respect, and emotional control are key when it comes to maintaining confidentiality. If you ever find yourself in doubt, just remind yourself of the impact your words can have, and always consider the consequences. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need this advice. Leave a comment below. What's your best tip for keeping a secret? Let's discuss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.